Listen, always do mental calculations. Whenever you see money moving around, try and do mental calculation and see how much is moving around, how much is profit. Does the whole thing make a sense? If you do it, would you even make more money from it? Always do that. Anytime you see money changing hands, try and do a mental calculation immediately. And now here's the thing, even if you're not good at math, mental math, you have your phone. All right, try and do some rough estimates. I'll give you an example and I'll give you a story, right? So listen, the story is interesting, but let me give you an example first. Let's say you walk into a restaurant, a new restaurant at your hood opens up, you walk into a restaurant, you do some calculations, right? You see, the moment you pay for food, you mentally calculate how many people are in the restaurant at that time. Let's say there are 6 people and you paid, say, 5,000 naira for the food you bought. So, okay, if you spent 5k, that means on the average, every other person there spent around 5k. Okay, so that 5 times 6. Okay, you now multiply it by, let's say, every 1 hour, 6 people enter. And these people are open for how many hours, you know? So basically what you're trying to do is to calculate how much is their revenue per day, roughly. I did it with Domino's Pizza back in the day, right? I walked in there. So you see in Domino's Pizza in Nigeria, I don't know whether they do it in other countries, right? So they will have this TV screen on the wall. So the TV screen will be writing the number of the person that placed the order and the first name of that person and how many minutes remaining for the order to be ready. So I went there one evening. I was around the last person that came in. This was just before they closed, around 9 p.m. or so. I saw that my number was 999 and it was remaining 3 minutes for me to get my order. Within that 3 minutes, I estimated how much they made that day, because I used how much I made, multiplied it, how much I paid, multiplied by 999, right? So I was coming to somewhere around 1.5 million naira back then. Right now, it's going to be like times 5 or times 10 of that, right? But back then, I was coming to somewhere around 1.5 million naira for one day. And then I walked up to the, the cashiers, and one of them was my friend. I casually asked him, how much is your salary? And then he told me it was 40,000 naira back then, right? So roughly I looked around and saw that they had about staff I could see about 6. So let's say there is another 6 at the back. Who knows? All right, so 40,000 times 12. So I'm trying to see how much they pay these people per month, and then I'll get how much they will have to pay them per day from that calculation. And I'm trying to estimate all these things. I'm trying to estimate how profitable such a business is. And I saw it was really profitable. That was why they were running every day. You understand? Plus or minus, your numbers will never be accurate, right? So let me cut soap for you, for those of you that have money, right? The business idea I came up with after that calculation is that it's more profitable to run a business that sells only one type of delicacy than one that sells everything. The typical Nigerian or African restaurant, if you walk in, you'll see 5-10 different delicacies. They will have like a menu. You can order rice, beans, yellow this one, green this, and white this. All those things, they're not as profitable as running just one type of food. If you're selling just one type of food, your production process is easier. You understand? Like that Domino's, I think they ship the ingredients from abroad or something. So the guys at the back end, they just have to pass it into a machine and then mix it and then they serve it. The guys don't need to be, their training doesn't have to be hard. You understand? So it's easy to print out pizzas every 10-15 minutes. They are printing out pizzas. You get? Compared to having to cook different delicacies. In all those all-purpose restaurants, you go to market, you look for rice are galagonu today. You understand? You now have to buy rice. You go to where they're selling beans. You buy beans. You go to then you start cooking different pots, and oh, come on. So if I'm starting a restaurant today, I'm selling only one delicacy that I'm 100% sure that people will buy. That one delicacy, I will sell it to stupor. You understand? Then another thing is, don't sell what people already know the price. Sell something that people don't know the price. And the way which means you have to create a new product, right? And the way you can create it is combining what they already know. Do you know that pizza is just bread that went to Harvard? Flattened bread, that's what pizza is. They took bread like this, flatten it, press it, make a round, a pizza. Maybe add tomato. But then a loaf of bread costs around 1,000 naira. Okay, 2,000. Let's say you are getting the best Gucci bread in town, 2,000, 2,500 naira. But one of the pizza is costing around 10 to 15,000 naira. We're talking times 5 times 10 just because they flattened it. You understand? So just flattening it made it a totally different product. So you can take what people already eat and enjoy, combine 2 different delicacies and form your own and market it to her. Market it. You get? When people want it, they will walk into your restaurant and pick just that one food. It's easier for you to sell that way. So you focus 99% of your energy on marketing. You get what I'm saying? So after doing the calculation, I was like, wow, this is a good business. Another thing is I saw where they always get a location at the junction. Anywhere there's a T junction, that's where they will get the office of Domino's Pizza. It will be right there at the T junction. Amazing. It's amazing. Even abroad, except the ones that are inside inside shopping malls. Even inside shopping malls, it will be close to the entrance. I'm telling you, like really smart business genius. You can learn from it too, just by doing mental calculation, being more self-aware, looking around more, not just going in and doing what you have to do and get out, right? Look around more, do more. Like now, do you know I've done it for banks, right? At the end of the year, banks declare they have made 1 trillion naira profit. Very profitable bank. We're doing well. You now calculate the branch you went to, how many staff are there, how much on the average do they pay their staff. You understand? Let's say they have 30 to 50 staff in one branch. You now calculate, you can go to Google, how many branches does this bank have? You multiply 50 by the number of branches they have nationwide. Then since you know the average salary they pay each person, you multiply it out. Then you know how much of that 1 trillion is inside. There, of course, there are other miscellaneous expenses, you know, the cost of building new branches and stuff. You know whether it's profitable to run a bank. Like, I know I don't have the money to run a bank now, but I can see how profitable it is at that level. So wherever you go in, do business calculations. You never know where your next big break idea is going to come from. You know, you might be thinking you don't have money to run a restaurant today, but tomorrow all of a sudden you turn next of kin or more. You just wake up like this, 80 million naira a day your account you inherited from one uncle. What do you do with it? That's when you come online and start typing, I have 200k, how much what business do I get into? It's because you've not been thinking, right? If you've been thinking, you have 5-10 businesses ready. Have a note app on your phone where once an idea comes, you go there, you write the idea, you explain how you got the idea, put some numbers down, why you think it's profitable. You are writing to yourself, it's a future letter to yourself. How much you think it will take to start this, run it efficiently, how many staff and this, that. Write it down. You never know when the money is going to come from. You understand? You never know where it's going to come from. But if tomorrow that money just drop, all of a sudden you have a list of ideas you can implement. You start with the easiest one to cash out. So the story is that I was abroad and I was with a friend and we were in a shopping mall someday. So one Indian guy came to. So this Indian was carrying something and said we should buy. So we both bought one. On our way out, we were like, wait, this thing is actually interesting. So we went back and met the guy and started asking him more business questions like, how much do you sell in a day? He told us, how much do you buy this thing and how much would you sell? He said that they will give him free. After selling, he will pay them back. We were able to get the profit margin he is making. All right. So we went online, got their number and told them we want to be resellers. So the whole thing was done online. When in an Uber heading home, after we did the whole calculation, the business was very profitable, but not the way that Indian guy was selling it. It's not by hawking it. We have to be between the Indian guy and the manufacturer. We have to be somewhere in between. That was how we made a lot of money, because we registered the business and we ran it, and it wasn't involving anything, right? In terms of, we didn't have to do anything. We just have to, from the manufacturer, once they see that you are registered, your documents are okay, they give you the product. You now contact the Indian guys that will sell it at the malls. You cash out.